Yeah, right, all right, right. But should I finish up on some of this right here? All right, all right, let's go.
because he was going to start his own sneaker brand to compete with
Oh my
Nike
God,
in his own.
I got.
Disagree with that, but we still have to look at the entrapment that is being done by the white power structure
All
in
right, hold on.
order.
All right, before I go there, because before I go there, I'm gonna be busting out laughing. Let me go. Let me go. Damn, it was so many funny moments. All right, okay. I think it's right. Hold on.
Do you suspect me of a crime?
You have no license plate.
Do you suspect me of a crime where my
So you
baby?
have to identify yourself under the Highway Traffic Act.
No, I do not. I just proved in court I do not have to identify myself to a police officer.
Why not?
Because because I'm a freeman on the land, number one. And number two, you guys suspect me of criminal activity to detain me. So, yes, you do. I don't care what your Highway Traffic Act says, that's the law.
You have to identify yourself under the Highway Traffic Act.
Do you suspect me of a crime, sir?
No.
Am I free to go?
No, you're not.
Yeah, why do they stop? If you believe that this officer has no jurisdiction, no power, all this stuff is fiction, okay? Why do you pull over? If I believe somebody had no power over me and they told me that, hey, you better call me at 8 o'clock, and I called them at 8 o'clock, um, that means that I got power. I mean, I gave them power. You better call me at 8 o'clock. Just imagine if I work for a company and some strange guy said, "Hey man, here's my phone number. Call me at 8 o'clock or you're fired." If I believe that they had no power to fire me or influence my work employment at all, why would I call them? Why would I call them and say, "Hey man, hey, is this the guy who threatened me and said he'll fire me?" Yeah. Well, you're not. You ain't got no power over me. You can't. Like that's how they look when they actually pull over. Like yeah, the police officer, once you pull over, he or she realize they got some power, like because you pulled over. So I got something going on. So you don't really believe in what you're saying because you pulled over.
So you're going to detain me.
If you don't identify yourself, I'm going to arrest
For
you.
what? I've done anything.
So you asked the question. So you're going to detain me. He said he these idiots does not know once the officer pull you over, you're detained automatically. So that's why he didn't even answer that. He said, if I pull you out this car, you're under arrest. Like, dude, you're past detained. That part is over.
Suspect me of a crime, sir.
No.
Am I free to go?
Bro, if you get pulled over and their cherries are lit up, again, that's implying they suspect you of a crime. If they get behind you and demand you pull over, yes, they suspect you of a crime. I mean, I hate when they ask that. That's a stupid question. Like, you're supposed to ask that when you're not in an automobile and you're just walking. Let's say in a supermarket, you just bought some water, you come out hot, you know, hot summer, and a police officer walk up to you and ask you questions. Hey, where you coming from? Hey, what's your name? Yeah, you'll say, hey, do you suspect me? You suspect me of a crime? Because you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, yo, why you ask me all these crazy ass questions? But when you get pulled over, like, come on, man, this is goofy.
Go.
No, you're not.
So you're going to detain me.
So I'm gonna play a little bit of this, play a little bit of Umar, and I'm gonna address some of the captain stuff. Um, and like, trust me, I said it many times before that Captain is pretty much defending the Sakari group by debating me, and like it's just crazy how like they all might as well just join IHBK because he's the one that got to defend the police, everybody, all the big dogs. they all send Captain to go ahead and debate them. Like, who didn't he debate? He even debated Whack 100. Like, when are the other smaller groups with no knowledge is going to get out there and make a name for themselves? And Captain debates the doctrine. When he go out there and debate, he's debating the doctrine. He got to go out there and defend the charts, 12 charts. He got to do all this stuff. He got to be out there and be the poster boy to give the Africans the bad news. He got to do this. Debate a gang member with, you know what I mean? He gotta do this. Why don't the other camps say, you know what, nah, Cap, I got it. I'm gonna do it. They sit and hide, and oh, if Captain lose, he lose. Oh, well, you know what I mean? Like Sakari knew, and it's not like I'm calling him out randomly, like out of nowhere. It's not like they don't know who I am. I already like how me and Captain had like just like little weigh in. I had that weigh in with the top dogs in Sakari, except for Gorilla Hebrew. I had debated some of them. I debated some of them. And I had a conversation like this with Assad and some key players in that movement. It was like, yo, we already did it, and you didn't look good, so let's go ahead and just make it official. So they all act like they had no time. You know, they had all the time in the world until they wasn't winning the discussion. Now all of a sudden, hey man, I got chicken. You know what I mean? It's just wow. My email.
If you don't identify yourself, I'm going to arrest
For
you.
what? I've done anything criminally wrong. But that's not a criminal act. You only have authorization to detain somebody if they've done something criminally wrong. I don't care what your Highway Traffic Act says. I have no contracts under the act. I've canceled them all, so you can't enforce it on me.
Okay, you can't tell me
So
your name.
you can ride the opposite way down a one way. So you can let your dog drive the car because you got these contracts or you're out of the contract. So you can drive backwards. You can like put a brick on the gas pedal and just jog along beside the car. You can do all these things because you're outside the contract of what you believe is needed to be held to these guidelines, these police guidelines, these traffic guidelines. This is just it's a stupid argument. So there's no age requirement, you know. So like you get to dictate the age requirement in your household. Okay? If you felt like your 10-year-old can drive, he can drive. If you felt like your 12-year-old or 7-year-old can drive, they can drive. Okay, so the way it works is if you're on private road, the police officers can't say anything. All the things I say you can do sarcastically, you actually can do if you're on a private road. Okay, so that they can't. You could drive without a helmet, no license, backwards on your private road, private property. You can do that. They only get involved when you take your sovereign citizen self to the state, county roads, public roads. That's when they're going to enforce these statutes and laws. Okay, so they're like mixing things up, and they keep citing like 1700 laws, and I don't know if there were county roads at that time. I don't know if there were state roads at those times. Okay, maybe not, and maybe what they're saying was true. You know, 300 years ago. 1 second, but it's not true today because we have motorized vehicles, and now we have a regular. We got a regulator. Um, we got a regulator who regulates those. Who try to regulate, you know, not try, but they regulate the roads, the public roads, the county, state roads. Okay, and why is it county state? Because they made them. They literally made the roads like they paved. Like this is all county, you know, work. Paved it. You know, the asphalt, the steamroller, all that stuff was county money. That's why it's county. It's because they actually did it. Like this is their roads. They made these roads and they said they put their flag on it. Says it's ours. The same way you put the flag on your property. Said it's mine. I can do what I want on my property. So they couldn't come on his property and say, "Hey man, you got driver's license." poor man. They couldn't do that. Well, it wouldn't be legal. And then they have a better argument.
No, I'm not. I don't want to. That's my right.
Okay, I'm just waiting for another unit to get
That's
So they wanted to ask me some questions, and like I was willing to answer most what they had, but it seems like they were Capt.Tazaryach. It seems like he was more interested on what I have against his main stuff. Like his main material would be like the prophecy. So I guess he wanted to know what did I have on that. And it's like, dude, I don't mind sparring, but this is one of your like major go tos. Like, something else. I would like. We're supposed to read Deuteronomy 18:18. I'll read that, and I'll give my spin on that. And if he goes to Romans 1 and 3, yeah, I don't mind talking about that. But like his go tos, the stuff he's gonna ask during the debate. Um, well, if there's an actual answer, why would he go through with the debate? Like that's like isn't that like inevitable loss? So he has to have some belief that this can't be answered, and he'll try to explain it away with his wordplay. And you have to do this. He's going to do that. He's going to try to convince the crowd what I have to do, and I'm gonna remind the crowd what I came to do. Like, listen, man, I don't know what his requirements of me, but that's weird, you know, to be in a fight and tell me what I have to do to get a win. So if I knock you out, if I choke you out, that's not a win. What I have to do is after I do all those things, I have to schedule a flight to the moon and go and come back alive, and then I win. Stop it. All right.
fine. Bring your chief too, because he knows who I am.
Okay, I will.
I know my rights.
You know who you are if you haven't identified yourself.
I'm operating under the Republic of Canada. That's a legal jurisdiction here in Canada.
Okay, Kevin.
Because Canada's dissolved. Use this awesome camera. And also, you guys have been involved in kidnapping our child with Children's Aid Society. So here's another legal document because you're involved in kidnapping our child, which is also why we don't comply with your laws. Because you guys are thieves to us. You thieved our child from us. Kidnapping our child, which is also why we don't comply with your laws. Because you guys are thieves to us. You thieved our child from us. So we
Oh, it looked like that's sad. It looked like CPS came and took their child, well, with the aid of a police officer, the way he's explaining. But that means, ain't that crazy? Yo, this sovereign citizen crap caused them to lose their child, man. Like they are 10 toes down in this stuff, man. That's so that you would. I mean, listen, if you're actually right about something, and they say, "Well, listen, I want you to be wrong. I want you to be wrong, or I'm going to take your child." You'll still try to be right. You'll still try to be like him. This guy right here. After you're told to like, "Hey, tone it down, man. My wife." Yeah, this guy's gonna be right no matter what. So you're gonna be like him with facing losing your child. That is wild, man.
will not comply or acknowledge you.
Name's not on here either.
No, it's not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be. These are things I'm issuing to you
You know
because
who you are.
no, you do not. I just proved that in criminal court, bud. The judge bowed down to me. It took 2 minutes because you're using trust law in the court, and I know it. So because of
So if the judge bow down to you, why you ain't get your kids? Why did you get your kid back?
that, I know I don't have to identify myself to a cop.
Okay.
Well, the police officers, the law enforcement didn't get that memo. So you're fighting with the judge. Like, hey man, why you ain't tell the police officers what we agreed to secretly?
I know my rights, man. Sorry. I'll stand on them.
I don't think you do.
I do. I've been arrested twice and never been charged. You guys are, I consider you guys a threat to me because you've detained me twice. I have not been convicted in court.
An opportunity to read the Highway Traffic Act.
I don't need to. I canceled my contracts under the Highway Traffic Act. You
Oh, so looks like the judicial system is giving this guy a break. Interesting.
can't enforce that act on me.
Okay.
I operate
Wait,
on.
what would the charges be? Like, wait, yo, dude, you only committing a traffic violation. Why would you be charged? Yeah, like you act like you didn't threw a brick through a window or like left the scene of an accident. Like you act like you did something heavy. You're just talking trash and refuse to get out and show credentials.
Under common law jurisdiction of the Republic of Canada.
Okay.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
Well, you did today, and you should learn. You should learn that your oath to the Queen's nullified and abolished, and you guys don't have authority.
Look, now there's 2 other cruisers here.
I don't care. I'm standing for my rights, man. Plain and simple. Bring them all. Bring your whole force. I am not intimidated at all, man.
Okay.
I know my rights. Don't open my door.
I need you to identify.
So why don't you just leave? All right, hold on. Somebody's waking up. Hold on. Sorry. If he's been arrested twice, why does he think he's not going to get arrested a third time?
Identify yourself.
No, you don't. You have no right to open my door.
He's a sovereign citizen. He won't identify himself.
And yeah, this guy, I'm telling you, these guys right here are the type to be blasting. All right, because they're going to realize these guys keep arresting me. Nobody's, you know, adhering to these fake laws that I have. And it's going to piss them off. This is what they end up doing. And become very violent. If that cop pulls to the door, he start demanding things, they start blasting. So they feel like their rights are really being violated. They really believe like the police officers are tyrants.
So, are you gonna identify yourself?
I do not have to, Your Honor.
Told you.
Open my door. You have no right to fucking touch me. You guys have kidnapped our child. Nope, I'm leaving.
There you go.
Don't get in front of me. You're pulling your gun on me? Okay, he's pulling his gun on me. Everybody, I have not done anything criminally wrong.
I thought that's a picture perfect. Wow, that's a picture perfect shot. That is beautiful. My man, but at least I respect him for at least exercising his fake right that he just can leave. But he should never pulled off from the beginning. Okay, this officer, he was going to take my man out. That PUSSY said, "Hold on, let me relax. I told you." So now he's seeing that they were violent with him. I'm telling you, man, he's gonna be like, oh, they're taking it there, and he's gonna take it there first next time.
Wrong. He's pulling his gun on me. No. No. It's off. Parking brakes on. I'm no threat. I'm no threat. They're pointing their guns at me just because I don't have the right plates on my car. That's why.
So you should have the right plates in your car. So you're admitting that you don't have the right plates. All right. So that means that the traffic stop was fair. It was legal. It was lawful. You don't have the right plates, right? That's why you got pulled over.
Ready to grab it.
You guys don't have this authority. You're gonna break my window. Don't. I'll open my door. Don't. Ow!
Yo,
Asshole!
I missed it. Damn, reading comments.
You're gonna break my window. Don't. I'll open my door. Don't. Ow!
Too late, brother. Oh, now you okay. So the whole time you were bluffing, you were going to open it as long as they were not attempted to break it.
Asshole! You're gonna break my window. Don't. I'll open my door. Don't. Ow! Asshole!
I am out.
What the hell?
Get out of the car now.
Okay, they just broke my glass. See that? Beautiful. Good job.
Get out of the
I'm
fucking
getting
car
out.
now.
I have nothing on me. Oh, you're gonna cut me. Don't. Oh, open the door. You're gonna cut me. You're going to cut me.
There's a screen. Wait.
Yes, sir. The reason I stopped you, your bike rack on the back, it's covering the license
That Dave
plate.
Chappelle? Oh man, it's a spoof. Hold on, that's Dave Chappelle, man. Yeah, Dave Chappelle, funny is that I guess Mike Epps did the Hebrew Israelite spoof, and now Dave Chappelle gonna do the sovereign citizen spoof. Yeah, these communities are hilarious, bro. They got hella material. Hell, Dave Chappelle gonna do that. That is hilarious, bro. Hell, Dave Chappelle gonna do. Let me see this. Dave Chappelle, man, this guy is hilarious.
So it can't be red. Your center brake lights out. Okay, gave your license registration card, sir?
No, I sure don't.
Okay. Just have to let you know we record video.
Yeah, I'm recording as well. For both
I'm just
options.
recording. You don't have your license with you?
I sure don't.
Okay. You have one in Maryland?
No, I don't have a license.
You don't have one at all?
No.
Do you have any ID with you?
ID is required for what's the emergency, officer? Why am I being the stop in general? I'm confused. Like,
Because it's a violation of the Maryland Transportation Act. That's why I stopped.
yeah, but that doesn't apply to me. I'm not a part of the Maryland Transportation Union. Like, that doesn't apply to private citizens. That applies to people that's a part of the United States Constitution. That applies to people that's a.
So basically, I can just drive. I can do a hit and run. Has this guy, dude? Do you have the assets and hard cash, liquid cash on you, liquid assets on you that that if you cause a car accident, right, and you damage somebody, let's say Tesla, $70,000 Tesla. What do you think's supposed to happen after that? Yo, my fault, yo, man. I was texting and driving, bro. You good? Yeah, man. I'm sorry, man. I hope you fix everything. I hope everything good. And you just pull off? Like, that's what you think should happen? 'Cause I know you ain't got 70 grand just sitting around. I mean, come on, bro.
Part that has consent with the United States Constitution. I didn't sign. I'm not a part of that.
Okay, well, you're driving a vehicle.
I'm not driving a vehicle. This is
These are
an
just
automobile.
grown adults.
Okay,
A
well,
consumer
driving
good. Yeah.
What is your last name, sir?
I don't answer questions about why do you need my name? What
Because
crime?
it's required that I document that I stopped you, sir.
But you're not supposed to be stopping me by law because I haven't committed a crime.
Right, you didn't commit a crime, you
Right.
committed a violation of the
Violations don't apply to private citizens. Crime does.
You know, Capt.Tazaryach wanted me to look for the scripture, Son of Man, Son of God. And he thought, because I was taking time to find it, he thought he put on Jeopardy music, all type of music, like laughing stuff. Like, dude, you got me pulling out scripture on the fly? Like, all right. But yeah, I don't know what book is in. And when he says we got blue letter, it's still gonna be a word search. It's still gonna take long. Because I got a word search, Son of Man. And it's gonna be used in all type of different books. You dig? So I ended up finding it and I read it to him and it was like crickets. Hilarious, man.
No, sir, it does.
No, sir, it doesn't.
But I think I know for sure, Captain, like, all right, okay. I try to talk about things outside the virgin birth, and this guy knew about that stuff. Hey man, remember the whole Christ said, "Be perfect as your Father is perfect in heaven." He thought the perfect was equivalent to sin, like to be a don't be a sinner. And then he tried to switch up the wordplay with Jesus. Well, did he come down here and tell us not to sin, brother? That's not in no prophecy. This is why you can't see the virgin birth prophecy. The sin that he was coming to save us from our sins. That's the prophecy. So those things on his show, he's not gonna be the antics, the sound effects. That's not gonna work on the new TV. All right, he is gonna have to show some of this stuff. So it's like, dude, read book, chapter, and verse that Christ was coming down to teach us how not to sin. And I'm gonna read you book, chapter, and verse for prophecy. He came down to save us from our sins, to sit on the throne of David, to rule in Judah. These are the things he came down to do, bro, prophecy wise. To be like his brethren.
No, sir, it doesn't. I'm recording as well.
Okay, that's
You
fine.
took an oath for the Constitution, right?
Sir, do you have an idea
You
what
took
you
an
want me to
oath.
supply me with your information?
Why do I need to supply you?
Because you're driving a vehicle.
Am I under
sir.
custodial arrest?
Oh shit, custodial arrest. Yo, these guys, and see, this is the TikTok. These are the TikTok lawyers. Okay, these are the TikTok attorneys. They learn stuff from TikTok. I showed the video, the guy from TikTok, telling you what you got to do. Um, and his mouth was black. Like all he do is smoke meth all day long. Um, so I just don't know how people. Well, I do know because people watch TikTok and it must be true. But guys, like, you don't want to Google this stuff. Like after somebody tell you, like, yo, man, you ain't driving, you're traveling. And as long as you're traveling, now listen, you're not driving, you're traveling. But keep, hold on. But you're gonna be in the same vehicle that a person is gonna be in that's driving. You should ask them what's the difference. A police officer say, all right, what's the difference between a person driving and traveling? And let him explain that. And you say, okay, but the person who's driving, aren't they also driving a car? Aren't they using a vehicle like this? Tires, engine, motor. Okay. They should ask those questions. So how are you guys doing different things? I'm sorry, doing the same thing, but it's called different things. How's that possible? He's turning a steering wheel, you're turning a steering wheel. Both of you putting in signals, both of you got horns, both of you got a body, brakes, tires, rims, trunk, hood. You got everything the guy got that's driving. You both go to a gas station. Okay. I'm sure you service this car. I'm sure you go to get oil changes and right. Okay. Yeah. So everything you're doing with this vehicle, a guy who drives does with the same thing. So you're not really doing anything different than that person with this vehicle. Okay. So what are you doing with this vehicle different than a person who's driving? And you're like, you'll catch them off guard. But we're doing the same thing, right? So why are you saying they're driving and you're traveling? But then he'll go to the whole spill driving. It's like, uh, you know, pushing commercial goods, like business. So basically, driving is like a business thing, is what they believe.
You're not under
Gotta
arrest.
kill
So
a
why
thief.
do I even need to answer a
It's a
question?
can't kill. It looks like Deacon said he's gonna play you guys discussion February 21st. I think it is the 24th. One of them, not February, January. Yeah, I had a little weigh-in sparring session with Captain. He really ain't want to touch on the virgin birth too much, and it's not that he wanted to hide things. I don't think he wanted to be wrong in front of everybody, like I did on Sinetta. I think he was protecting the brand, and I just don't know how he's gonna. Like when we talk, I'm gonna make sure I answer all of his questions correctly. I debunk his prophecy claims. I'm gonna make sure I highlight the virgin birth. It's gonna be interesting.
You don't need to answer a
Oh,
question.
so why are you
I'm
asking me
for your
questions?
information.
What do you need my
And when I answer his questions, he's gonna say I'm not answering, and that's weird because I'm just gonna let him answer mine. I'm just gonna show how that's not a good answer. He's gonna just tell people it's not a good answer. That's why I say $100 bet. Who determines if the right answer is right or not? I ain't gonna lie. I wish I would rest $100 in you being the judge and jury. Bro, stop it.
information for?
Because I need to identify you.
You don't need to identify me if I haven't committed.
He could have said something other. He could have said somebody neutral. He could have said, let me see. Give me somebody neutral. He could have said, how do you take Ali Muhammad? Because he doesn't care about the debate one way or another.
A
Okay.
crime.
Well, here's the issue.
It's no issue. You're making an issue right
You
now.
can either supply me with your information
Oh.
so I can identify you, or else you're going to be arrested.
Yeah, peace.
Arrested under
Lovely
what
lady.
grounds?
Because I don't know if
What,
you are.
what crime have I committed?
Peace.
Right now, you're breaking the Constitution. You're going to arrest me and you have no crime. Who said that I committed something?
exactly.
Who was damaged? Where's the damaged party?
It
You have to point them out. That's a
never
crime.
works.
I'm sitting here with paper.
There's not one case. So that 0.0011, I like that, but it's even worse than that. It's 0.0000000%. It never works. Please put everybody got wrenches. Please put the link in the chat where there's a video of these guys not having insurance, not having registration, a license, and a police officer. Yeah, you know what? You're a sovereign citizen. You're not under contract. You know what? Yeah, man, take care, bro. See ya. It's not, or the judge saying the same thing. Oh, okay, I know what you are. Okay, yeah, I apologize on behalf of our county, but Sheriff Clark was he was wrong. And he don't know no better. Forgive him, please. Forgive him. Yeah, poor baby don't know no better. He didn't know that you're a sovereign citizen and you're out of the contract of the state and the county and the country. He didn't know you were a diplomat. Dipset.
Paperwork now, and you're still gonna stay here thinking that you're an authority. You're not. We're recorded for all our safety right now. So what am I gonna be arrested for?
For not identifying yourself.
I don't have to identify myself unless it's a crime. You're lying right now.
It's not a crime.
Do you know what a crime is by the United
I
States
never said you
Constitution?
committed a crime. I
Well,
said you
so
committed
what?
a violation.
So
of highway
you
transportation.
cannot have your property or your personal being touched if you did not commit a crime. There has to be a crime. Again, where's
Not
the
true,
crime?
sir. There could be a violation
What
of
you're
transportation.
you're lying under oath right now. You're recorded. I'm not. Did I just not tell you I'm not under transportation article?
Do you want
now,
to
now
supply
you're
me with
moving
your
backwards.
information? Yes
You
or
do
no?
not need information.
Are you going to
This is
supply
what
me
you're
with
going to
your
get from me. This is it. If this not a sufficient, you're gonna
So if I was to
break
ever
into my
buy
private
into this,
property and then you're gonna
this
kidnap.
scam right here, this sovereign citizen scam, I would rather talk to police officers in advance before I like go all in. And like I will have, when they just chilling or in line, Starbucks, whatever, they just bored and they might be pulled over. Because sometimes they would enjoy a conversation because they're bored. You can walk up to them, hey man, listen man, I'm zero, I'm a cyber citizen. I mean, walk obviously, don't drive. He gonna lock your ass. Walk to his car. Hey man, let's go. I'm a cyber citizen. I got some questions. I just want to be just transparent. Like, let me know because I'm into this. I'm not sure the right way to go. Let me know if I say this, then what you gonna say? And what can you do? Okay. Then if I say this, what you gonna say? Then if I say I'm gonna sue you, what you gonna say? And what you gonna do? If his reply is lock you up, lock you up, lock you up to everything you say, when he say, yeah, if you don't give me ID, lock you up. But what if I do this? Okay, but while doing that, are you giving me ID? No, lock you up. If his response is lock you up to everything you ask, like you should be prepared for that. But you that should be enough to deter you from going forward.
At me, right?
No, I'm not going to
Yeah,
get that.
check that out. I got plenty of it. Check it out. Read that off.
Nah, but that don't mean it worked though. ICK. I watch. Trust me, I watch probably as much videos as you or more. Like you get it or more. Before the Hebrew Israelites, the One West Doctrine, ICK, I was after these guys. Okay, I cleaned the internet of the information, like their videos. That's not winning though. So I mean, because you said 0.1% where it didn't work. The officer knows if I let him go, the next county gonna pick him up. So that's different than somebody, that's like a cop is at the intersection. You ran a red light. He looking like he probably getting off. He looking like well, he was the only car on the road, just me and him. Nah, he good. He might just go home. But that don't mean like your conspiracy theory work. Listen, see that cop over there? I'm gonna ride past him this red light because I'm a diplomat and he knows that. Watch this. It's like I would you ride past that cop, I'll be like, damn, you did ride past him. He ain't come out. Then I'm gonna think of different reasons why he ain't come out. I'm not gonna automatically say, hey man, yeah, that shit work, y'all. Sign me up. I'm gonna think of like the first reason come to my mind is gonna be, yeah, that cop must be getting off. He ain't trying to work no overtime. But it ain't like he did something violent or he just ran a red light and there's no cars, there's no almost accident, and you read it slow. Yeah, so that happens to me, man. Trust me, man. I violate. Well, I used to. Till I got those tickets. I used to do illegal U-turns in the middle of the road, all type of crazy stuff, man. Cop pull me over, and then I give them like some stupid excuses, and being like, all right, man, just don't do it again. It ain't like they think I can do that. They're like, all right, bro, listen, this is Newark. We got more crime to worry about, man. Just go, man. Get out of here. I don't want to see you again today. And they might say something like that, or you gonna get that ticket from earlier. You just lay low. Yeah, so it doesn't work. They just feel like you said, better things to do. Believe me, man. Where I live at, a lot of the cops are our childhood friends. They're black. They're our relatives. We know them. All right. I play basketball with them. With the hit. And most of them I play ball with. And this is what you're gonna hear. I ask them about cyber citizen all the time. I even ask random cops and wow, hey man, how you doing cyber citizen? They be like, man, oh my god, you know, they be talking, Spanish cop, white cop, doesn't matter. I ask them. I just be curious what they're gonna say, and like they all give me conversation. I should record it. Yeah. So it can be. So anyway, yeah. So a lot of you'll hear them say for themselves like, yeah, man, those guys, man, oh my god, I can't stand them. You know what I mean? Like out of stress levels. So, yeah. So it's an L. But I've definitely seen cops let them go, not because they thought they were right. They didn't want the headache. They didn't want to be in court with this fool because they're going to dismiss this emotion, that one, this one, that one. So that cop just in court the whole time. Like, God damn, the whole year I'm in court with this fool. So a lot of them be like, you know what? Nah, next guy going to get him. And the next guy going to be this guy right here, this officer who ain't
Your information in
What
here,
about
sir.
that light?
You don't need my information. You're redundant right now. You're not getting any information from me because you don't deserve to have it. If it's not a crime, you're not even supposed to stop me. Do you know that, officer? Without a crime, you can't stop. It's 100% true. Can I see a photo ID of you? I need your photo
I'm
ID.
sure you show me your photo ID. I'll show
No,
you mine.
you're a public servant. That's what you are. I'm not. I'm a private citizen on the
Right,
land.
but you're operating a motor vehicle.
You are lying right now.
Okay.
Right now,
I'll
you're just a
give this
regular
back to you.
person.
Okay, sit tight.
So this, damn, 20 minutes later, goddamn. So this debunks the whole notion that white cops are out to kill you and beat you up. This is 20 minutes later. That officer was talking to him like a regular human being. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, you can't do that. You gotta play your situation by itself. Like I start lumping everybody in, that becomes conspiracy theory. 20 minutes later.
I'll be
Part 2.
They should tell. Well, he had a fez. So that beanie turned to a
I'm
fez.
pulled over. Part 2. First officer just called his backup, and I'm quite sure he never heard about any of this before, so he had to go get a supervisor.
So you think the supervisor's gonna let you go?
Right, sir.
Yes?
Are you gonna give me your information? Or
I'm not giving anything. Am I under arrest for anything?
You will be unless you identify.
I will
yourself.
be under arrest for what? Under what grounds? What's the emergency?
I didn't say there was an emergency.
Well, if it's no emergency, what is he arrest for? Like, what's happening? What's gonna happen right now is gonna be bad. It's gonna end bad because we're all recorded right now, and what you're trying to do is assume authority that you don't have. What I'm being very lawful right now. I'm within the law, and what you're trying to do is not gonna work out. I'm trying to help you out right now.
Right.
You're assuming that you have
I'm
an
trying to help
authority.
you out.
No, you're
You
not,
give me
because
your
I have. No,
information.
you're not, because I haven't committed a crime.
Right.
Do you
You have not
understand?
committed a
I
crime.
haven't
You
committed a
violation
crime.
of the
You're not
transit
even supposed to be talking to me. I'm a free man in transit right now. You stop me for no reason. You need to know what civil codes are and what crime is. I'm talking to you like a calm man. We're being recorded. You got us flanked right now by your partner. You are so out of line right now. You can't even come in my car. This is a private vehicle. You have to ask me out of it. If you come in here and do anything, you just trespass.
Are you gonna exit the vehicle?
I'm not exiting the vehicle. Under what grounds? You have no grounds. You're just gonna try to bully him. You don't even
Yeah,
understand.
he turned his beanie to a fez, yo. Yeah, it was. Hold on, it's just 11:52. Wait a minute. Yo, look at this. That's a beanie.
The custodial arrest.
Look at this.
You're not under arrest.
So why do I even need to answer a question?
Yeah, he turned that to this.
Are you gonna exit the vehicle?
I'm not exiting
Look at this. He turned it to a fez, yo. That is skill.
the vehicle. Under what grounds?
Look at that.
You have no grounds. You're just gonna try to bully him. You don't even understand right now because it's who you are. It's who y'all are as a people. You refuse to stand down. All I gotta do is go about my business, but it's gonna go somewhere else because you have to have an authority that you don't have. You're here to keep the law, and I'm within the law, and you refuse because your pride is messed with now. Because I know I'm holding it right here. You're refusing, and we're recorded. We're recorded.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're
So
in
you're
the
not gonna-
wrong.
I just wanna
I
ask
don't
you a
have any
question.
reason to give you anything. And if I'm under custodial arrest, I'm gonna stop talking. Am I under custodial arrest right now?
We're being detained right now.
Well, I'm not talking right now.
Are you gonna exit the car?
Uh-oh. That thing dude. Yeah, he gonna come back like Jason Voorhees. I want to fast forward, but I'm gonna miss it.
Nad around the back of the vehicle, playing like they have authority.
Funny.
They have no authority. It's no reason for me to be stopped. I repeated it. And it's a peaceful detest. Like I'm telling you what the law is. I'm showing it. I'm not getting out of my vehicle. I have no reason to get out of
You'll
my
be getting
vehicle.
out.
They can call the whole force here. I'm not getting out of my
They ain't gonna do
vehicle. And I'm gonna drive away. or it's gonna be problems civil rights wise. And I can use the money, and it's not gonna be against the police force. You go have your day in court, and I'm charging them. It's been what, 11 o'clock? What did I say my rate was? $100 an hour. That's pretty cheap. I should charge more. I should give myself a raise right here, because it's raining outside. On rainy days, it costs more because of travel. You know what I'm saying? While I'm traveling and not driving my car, while I'm traveling in my consumer good to the place that I have to go inside to make my commerce, you know what I and it don't matter. I already told them. I already showed them this, so they can try to take it all they want. And actually, I'm gonna give it to them.
They ain't gonna take it. They might use it for evidence.
That's above all of their pay grade and shit. They.
Hello, officer.
I'm the shift commander here.
Yes, how are
Hey,
you?
are you failing to identify yourself right now? You have nothing with your name on it. This could be a simple traffic ticket. We're going on third day.
It's really simpler than that.
Yeah.
There's no crime committed, so I'm wondering why I was pulled over.
I apologize, man. I legitimately can't hear you.
There's no crime committed, so you guys shouldn't be pulling me over.
Well, there's a traffic violation.
I said crime. You talking violation? The law of the land, the law of the letter versus the color of the letter, the law. All right, like you know what a violation is versus the law. What the police has jurisdiction over private citizens about is crime. Me hurting somebody at their property, right? That's what crime is.
That's part of it.
No, that's crime. That's what I fall under. What you have a jurisdiction.
So you can rob, you can vandalize. None of that is criminal. You can write up a fake. You could sell somebody a lemon card, and they just gotta take the L. You could pickpocket somebody, and that's just an L for them. So it has to be like some extreme, crime for.
When I succumb to your orders is when I violate somebody's property or them. It's not what you're talking about here. And you haven't identified yourself. Anybody got a photo ID?
See, no, I already identified myself.
No, you haven't. Into a regular under what grounds? Why are you arresting me?
This is long overdue.
Property and then what you're gonna do, we're not gonna bargain that out because I know my rights. And you're gonna come to court, not the police department, you, because that's what I'm gonna file the suit against. And here you are.
This could go one of two ways.
Right now I'm not talking anymore. I'm under custodial arrest. This is what I'm saying at this
You're
point.
being detained right now. You don't need to be arrested. I mean, it's gonna come to that if you. So, if you have anything, are you not gonna do that, sir?
What are y'all gonna read me my rights, or am I gonna hold that against y'all too?
No.
Because I'm under custodial arrest right now. I need to be Miranda. Y'all think it's a game. I'm not playing. All you had to do was read what I gave you, and I could have been on my way, but y'all want to violate my constitution, right?
Okay, sir, so you're not going to supply any
So
identification?
for what? For what need?
It's a yes or no.
How do you have explained the crime? I'm using crime on purpose. You should know what's going on right now, but y'all still playing this role.
I know exactly what's going on.
Okay, well you're gonna have to. What you're gonna have to do is come in my personal property. You don't have any jurisdiction. Simple, not gonna go. What's gonna happen? Or you two are gonna be cited for civil violations. I'm telling you. The VIN number's right there. Only thing you can check this car for is to see if it was stolen. That's it. That's what you have jurisdiction over. That. See if the car's
All right, sir, I'm
stolen.
going to ask you to exit the vehicle.
I'm not getting out of my personal vehicle, my personal consumer good. You're gonna have to break in my personal vehicle and kidnap my vehicle, my personal consumer good. You're gonna have to break in my personal vehicle and kidnap me.
I think you just spoke the words to fruition.
That's what's gonna happen.
Please don't make us break your vehicle.
Listen, hey, listen. Do what y'all need to take it.
You're being absolutely silly right now.
Okay, I'm keeping my. You trying to violate my constitution and telling me I'm being silly?
All right, right now you are under arrest. Please exit your vehicle.
I'm not leaving anything. I'm not under arrest because I haven't committed a crime. I'm peaceably refusing my personal property. Personal property. I'm peaceably refusing to leave my personal property. That's what's happening. I'm not getting out of my personal property. Violate my constitution. And why are you touching my personal property? I'm asking these officers these people to remove their hand from my personal property. That's what's happening right now. My personal property. So if you come in here, that's what you're facing, officer. And you guys don't even know the law.
All right, again, I'm going to ask you, please exit the vehicle.
I hear them bust his damn window.
They're about to break my window, which I'm pressing charges about.
Exit the vehicle.
I'm not leaving my vehicle.
And you gonna leave blink?
Glad shit.
Maybe the back
Get
window.
all of
That's
it.
disrespectful. Oh yeah, they did the back window. All right, so let me do a little more. I'm gonna go a little Tazaryach. Let me see.
Ask you now. What? Stop.
Wait.
Let me ask you
Where
now.
is Satan? Show me
real?
Satan.
So
Show me Satan.
I didn't ask you that.
Satan
I'm
is not
asking
real.
you a question.
It's not real.
So
It's
there's
an
no
idea.
devil.
Prove it. No, prove
So
it.
is there a God?
Prove it.
I'm asking you a question. Is there a
There
God?
is supreme consciousness, yes.
Explain that, Supreme.
So he wanted him to prove a Satan. He said beyond a shadow of a doubt. So now he said he don't agree to the term God, but he said supreme consciousness. So he said, okay, talk to me about the supreme God. Now what he said, or supreme intellect, whatever the hell he said, consciousness. What he should have said was prove that.
You a question. Is there a
There
God?
is supreme consciousness, yes.
Explain that, Supreme.
Supreme consciousness is the supreme spirit that governs, creates, and manages everything in existence.
So there's no negative.
Yeah, how the hell is that different than what God does? Yo, he just said the duties of God, but just called it supreme consciousness. What?
So
Supreme spirit that governs, creates, and manages everything in existence.
So there's no negative. So Dr. Umar
Negative
saying
energy and
there's
Satan are not the same thing.
There's no, wait, let me finish. There's no principality. There's no Satan that roams this earth that lurks after souls.
What is Satan? Give me a description of Satan.
I just said principality that roams this earth that lurks after souls.
Okay, this is a being, correct? This is a being. This is an entity that roams the earth looking for souls. Satan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
Okay.
that was a good, respectful dialogue. You know, they did sound effect. I forgot to do that. That kind of caught me off guard, and I had to drink my coffee. So if my voice is a little shaky, that's because I was the coffee. Like I was making the coffee, then I stopped because I like to. Believe it or not, I buy coffee and I will not. I want to drink it, but I will not drink it until I have a debate or an online discussion. So that coffee sat here all day. I bought that thing. I bought it around 4 p.m. But sometimes I buy it early. I will not drink it until I have a debate or I go live or I'm more cross line. It's still somebody else stuff. So I was so glad when the guy called in because it gave me a chance to drink my coffee and settle down. And once I drank the coffee, you'll see I was way more calm. Okay, yeah, but it was a good discussion. I'm so glad I was able to. I'm so glad he brought up John 1:45, so I can discredit Philip, and I was so glad that we read John 6:42. You know, and that was weird because I was like, yo, did the Jews believe you can have an earthly father and a heavenly father? He said, yeah, we read that they didn't. Then he said, what about the mother? I mean, oh my God, deflection. Then I he disagreed about Philip being a disbeliever when I read he's a disbeliever, and Jesus Christ was upset he's a disbeliever, and that was kind of weird. Um, but when we got to when I said Son of Man is like the same as calling yourself, I said when he said Son of Man, it's about how they took it, not us. We're the readers. We know better. But the people at that time, well, it's the same. Some things are the same. So the people at that time, they took Son of Man to mean the Son of God. That's why when I finally found it, see, I don't know why people think, hey, find it. And you'd be like, okay, give me a second. Why do they think that you can't find it because it takes you a second? That's why I say, bro, I gotta find it in 30 seconds. I can't get 5 minutes to. I just can't come back to it before I hop off. And keep in mind, I said, all right, well, brother, he said he disagreed with Luke 22 and 67. So I said, brother, give me your take. He said, okay, right after we're done with this. He never did that. He never explained it, but I got him though because I was reading somewhere. I was reading in John 6 where it says, where Christ called himself the Son of Man, he must have sinned. So I didn't read it. I said, didn't the Son of God have sinned? He said, yeah, everybody's seen that. Then I read the verse where it says, the Son of Man must have sinned. I said, you see, interchangeable. Oh, he was done right there. He was done. And I'm telling you, if he doesn't look at those as warning shots, like bro, you up against somebody who knows what they're talking about. If he hasn't took those as warning shots, yeah, he's delusional at that point. He's delusional. I'm gonna make sure it's an L. I'm gonna make sure none of that slick talk, free word package. You must do this. I'm gonna make sure. Listen, all I do is watch trials, um, interrogations, all this stuff. It's for fun. I love it. So I'm gonna do that same thing. I'm gonna be the lead detective and the lead attorney when I debate this guy. Those are the approaches I'm taking. I'm arguing like I'm a detective, the lead detective, and the lead attorney. That's how I'm arguing. I don't care what you're talking about, bro. My job is to highlight the argument for me that points to what I say is true. Okay. So I'm not gonna be caught up in like the razzle dazzle. Hey man, you gotta do this. Yeah, whatever. There's a jury out there, and I gotta bring my case to them. Okay. So we got the title. Oh, I gotta hit them up with the title. All right. So let me go ahead and put the link in the chat. So this is if anybody there's a phone number too. Let me have that in there. The latest I probably be on tonight is like 2 o'clock. I want to play ball. If I wasn't playing ball tomorrow, I would probably stay later, but free. But since I want to play ball tomorrow, I'm not staying on here too late. Well, yeah, not too much later, I should say. So keep in mind, I never called Captain out. I didn't want Captain. I wanted those cowards. So I SPK are not cowards. All right, they're gonna debate you. The cowards are the Sakari guys because these are the guys I'm having conversations with back and forth. I was not having conversations back and forth with Tazaryach. I was having conversations back and forth with Sakari. These are the guys who decided to block me. Once I made the official call out on Sinetta TV, these are the guys who decided to block me. Okay. And unbeknownst to them, they didn't realize that all of my conversations with all of them were all recorded. All were recorded. They think I'm some guy who just contacted them and we just spoke in private and, all right, brother, all right, you're dismissed. Nah, all those conversations were recorded. Every last one of them were recorded. Okay, so unbeknownst to them, well, you know. Anyway, um, I ain't gonna say all of them know, but some of them, because it depends how we contact each other. But so some knew, some maybe didn't. Anyway, yeah, so they were the ones who's supposed to get this L. They backed off. Now Captain gonna catch it, and I'm probably gonna be done. Like after that's why I wish it was one of them. I wish it was Deacon, the most loudest one. I wanted him, and then I was gonna like retire the Virgin Birth, or maybe debate Captain after them if he wanted to. But he was never the target. Like my goal. My goal was to retire on a top dog from Sakari and drop the microphone. Okay, but anyway, so let me get and play this.
Prove to me he exists. Where is he? Can we talk to him? Can we see him?
He's.
Where is he? Show him to me.
I don't want to hurt
Thank
your
you.
feelings.
You won't.
That's
Show
the
me Satan.
I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Show me Satan.
Yo, I don't want to hurt you. Yo, this was beautiful.
He's.
Where is he? Show him to me.
I don't want to hurt your feelings.
You won't. Show me Satan.
I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Show me Satan.
Look in the mirror.
Okay. And let me tell you why you said that. You said that because I disagree.
Umar is Dr. Umar he's just the smartest man in the room in all rooms. He's gonna tell him why he said that. You egged him on. Show me. He's trying to explain something totally different. You're like, show me Shaitan. Show me Shaitan. He pointed at you now. He like, yo, you're acting like him, so I gotta say you. Now Umar's gonna tell him why he said that.
Disagree.
in the mirror.
Okay. And let me tell you why you said that. You said that because I disagree.
That's
with,
not true.
Wait, can I?
Because I would say, look
Let
in the
me
mirror to
respond.
myself.
All right. So this, I got to play this.
We had the inspectors out there, and the inspectors told us that.
Hold on. This is hilarious.
Of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy.
Yes, ma'am. A supporter, not a follower.
A supporter, yes, indeed. One of the only school that is going to be funded by our community.
Yes, ma'am.
That is not going to be government run.
Correct.
It's not a charter.
That's right.
Government ran out of charter. Is it going to be government regulated? All right, that's what we want. That's what I see. It's the words that's thrown out there. All right, is it going to be government regulated? Tell me no. I don't think he's going to say no to that. Okay, I believe it's going to be government regulated, and that could be seen as the same as, if that's true, then that can be seen as the same as ran. Okay.
Not an actual institution of learning for our young men and our young women. Tell us where we are with the
Frederick
academy.
Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, where we are right now. Day before yesterday, the plumbing contractors, they finished insulating.
But this is why I felt like I wanted to go over some biblical things with Capt. I want him to know some things in advance, because I felt like I know a lot about him and his arguments, and he know nothing about me and my arguments. So this is why I was forthcoming to certain passages. I didn't mind talking about some things so he can know where I'm coming from. This is why I felt like I wanted to do that. I didn't want to blindside him completely. So I wanted him to know some things, because I'm either wrong or right at the end of the day. So it don't matter what he know that I know. I'm either wrong or right, and I believe I'm right. So if I'm wrong, show it. Okay. So, but some things I wouldn't answer because I think it would discourage him, right? But I didn't mind letting him hear some things that I hold to in regards to the virgin birth. That's why I did that. I want him to know some things that I know, so it could be kind of like transparent both ways. Okay, so I'm not going to be as forthcoming with his questions about the prophecy, because I know that's where he hangs his hat on. But if he asks me any question about the fulfillment, you want to go to Matthew 1, Luke 1, Luke 2, Luke 3, like those things, the Johns. You see, I was with him. Hey man, let's do it. It's only when he wanted to know about prophecy where I was more reserved, nah, I wasn't really but he mentioned Acts 2:30, which is New Testament. I said Mary. I gave an answer. I said Mary. Um, yeah, so interesting.
The pipes. We had the inspectors out there, and the inspectors told us that the pipes had to be the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, where we are right now.
So it is FMG. So it's not this, everybody. I was wrong. So it's not MMG. It's not Maybach gang. It's FMG. So his academy is going to be called this, I think. Okay. Not this. Maybach. Yeah, so it's FMG and not MMG. Let's make sure.
Tell us where we are with the
Frederick
academy.
Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, where we are right now. Day before yesterday.
Okay, I guess it is. It's FDMG. All right, so I stand corrected. It's actually FDMG. Maybach.
The plumbing contractors, they finished
I mean, yo, listen, this is just my opinion. This is my assessment. When somebody's hiding something or not being totally honest, not being totally transparent, they give too many details. She asked him like, "Where you at with the school?" I mean, dude, the plumbing, the electrician, the painting, like, dude, why? Like, just go because he's saying this for no reason. When he just say, "Yo," then just say the inspectors want us to pass certain things, and we haven't just yet, because of some setbacks or because of whatever, and then say once that covered, the timetable for that can't be no longer than so and so. But he's giving you like play by play, and like I'm telling you, nobody, I'm telling you, this is like unprofessional for like a professional to give you the play by play. Like if you wanted to know why plumbers, let's say you hired a plumber, and they were like taking long to do something in your bathroom, like they're not gonna be that forthcoming. They're gonna like kind of, you know, procrastinate a little bit. Hey man, talking circles. Yeah, no, I just got to do this. He ain't gonna be like, oh, you know what? Um, I don't have that tool, so I got to reorder the tool. It's gonna take 3 days to come from Amazon. So, and then I gotta register the tool. So I'll say about a week. Like, he's not gonna do that, man. But Captain, he'll say, listen, man, let me get some things together. I can tell you about a week. I'll be ready to finish everything off. Dig. So for him, he's talking about this.
Finished insulating the pipes yesterday. The plumbing contractors they finished insulating the pipes. We had the inspectors out there, and the inspectors told us that the pipes had to be insulated. The plumber thought we didn't have to do that.
Yo, what plumber thought that? I mean, that's wild. Okay, so let me see something. Let me just see how to install PVC plumbing. Man, I should play this. Now, I, one of these videos is going to pipe installation. Yeah, I got to play some of these videos. So, a home plumbing installation isn't completed at all once, but in 3 stages be exact. Underground rough and phase, above ground rough and phase, to finishing phase trim. Okay. What do plumbers plumb pipes? Plumbers often use a variety of materials to seal pipes depending on the specific application. Common seal materials include plumber's putty, Teflon tape, also known as thread, pipe joint compound, silicone caulk. Okay. Why do plumbers put bread in pipes? All right, so let me do it like this. Yeah, I gotta play one of these videos. I got to. All right, so let's see if this video give us something. I got to. And, man, they better not say insulation. Let me just make sure he said that.
Told us that the pipes had to be insulated. The plumber thought we didn't have to do that, but they.
What I thought we'd work on today is to actually run the plumbing to the master bathroom that's right above our head. That's where we just put the wall in. So there'll be a toilet right here. There'll be a tub that sits right here. The drain's going to be right about there. There'll be a lavatory, a vanity right here, and then finally a shower stall down this way. So I thought we'd start by talking about some of the parts and pieces in plumbing, okay? So in residential drain, waste, and vent work, which we're doing today, there are really 3 different sizes typically. There's 3-inch pipe, and we're normally going to use that for toilets. 2-inch.
I want to fast forward because I want to get flagged. Let me see. Is this a transcript? Damn. Oh, it is a transcript. Okay. Oh no, no, it's not. It's not going to show. Oh wait, is it show transcript? Ah, no. Oh, right here. Okay, so let's. But the transcript don't always be accurate. Let's see. Okay, piece of employment. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Let me see. I just want to make sure that that's possible. Angles, blah, blah. Fitting, space, fitting, fittings, glue, fitting. Guessing that's the last part. Right. I didn't see insulation here. So it might be some validity there. There might be some validity there. Okay, so let's I'm gonna do New Jersey because he's in fit. No, no. Should both hot beans. Okay. So all right, let's find out. Do plumbing pipes need to be insulated? If it says no, then we're gonna credit him. All right. Because all we need is a no. We don't care why. If it says no, then if there are uninsulated water pipes in or near exterior walls, they can burst in freezing weather, which can be catastrophic. Having the insulation done during new construction of a home, this school is new, during other work on your water heater or pipes or insulating the pipes yourself is well worth the effort. Okay, so clearly he is dealing with some non-professionals. Okay, so which what I just read was professionals because they can burst during freezing. So if you're dealing with professionals, they're going to add insulation. If you're dealing with Ray crackhead, Ray down the block, he might not want to do that. He probably don't even know how to do it. There are two building practices related. There are two building practices related to plumbing pipes and insulation that are helpful for inspectors to know about for performing home inspectors. All pipes located in exterior walls. Oh my God. Oh my God. What the? What plumbers? All pipes located in exterior walls should be insulated. All hot and cold water supply pipes should be insulated. What plumbers did he hire that thought you don't have to insulate the pipes? They're gonna burst. This is wild. Yeah, so this is wild. Wow. All hot and cold water supply pipes should be insulated. Oh boy, that's wild. Which pipes need insulation? Last one. If the goal is to lower water heating costs, then it is critical to insulate hot water pipes wherever there is access to them in a building. You're supposed to insulate hot water pipes. If the goal of the pipe installation is to eliminate pipe sweating and mold issues, then cold water pipes are in the most needed. Oh my, yo, it's saying you have to. I ain't got to click nothing else. It's saying you have to insulate the pipes. You have to, unless you a crackhead plumber from down the block. That is wild. Why would he think that you don't got to insulate the pipes?
They said according to the new code, you do. So they just finished that up. We now have to get the drop ceiling racks leveled. We had them repaired last year, but they were not leveled. And so we don't want the ceiling coming down on our children.
No, we do
So we
not.
have to get the drop ceiling racks re-leveled, and then we'll put the tiles back in. We're going to have a paint day probably next month, or
Go back.
racks in the pipes. Marcus Garvey Academy, where we are right now. Day before yesterday, the plumbing contractors, they finished insulating the pipes. We had the inspectors out there, and the inspectors told us that the pipes had to be insulated. The plumber thought,
Hey, yo, I would just rather said, hey man, if you're gonna do that, I would have rather said, I mean, come on, the plumbers didn't know that. I would rather say, hey man, we're just waiting on, insulating the pipes so the inspection could come, and inspect, and then this and then that. I would have never disclosed that our plumbers didn't know that the pipes need to be insulated. That is wild, man. But like I said, when you really ain't fulfilling what you're supposed to fulfill, like you'll be extra detailed, and you can see this like in interrogations, like when the criminal is like really like guilty and he's trying to explain it away. They usually don't talk at all, don't talk much, or they do too much talking.
we didn't have to do that. But they said according to the new code, you do. So they just finished that up.
Wait. Okay, so now he just lied. We just caught him.
Plumber thought we didn't have to do that. But they said according to the new code, you do. So they just
The new code. Shoot, yeah. It. Are we hearing this? We didn't read nothing about a new code. It's saying that you must insulate the cold and heat so that they don't burst in freezing cold, and therefore the heat ones don't drip. That had nothing to do with a code. This is how you properly install pipes. Oh God. A new code? So in other words, he's saying in installation, you don't gotta do it. But they're being petty, and based off their little code, we had to go back and this is wild. I can't believe I'm hearing this.
finish that up. We now have to get the drop ceiling racks leveled. We had them repaired last year, but they were not leveled. And so we don't want this.
They weren't level, bro. What contractors are he hiring? This is why they ran off with the money with the HVAC. Look who he's hiring. Like, do any of them complete their job the right way? Everybody's like cutting corners. So the first people to cut corners were the people he paid to fix the HVAC. They took the money and ran. Now he's saying that the plumbers didn't know the pipes needed to be insulated. And then he said the person who leveled the ceiling or supposedly leveled the ceiling didn't do that right. Yo, what contractors? Yeah, I'm trying. Yo, listen, he should be transparent on who he's hiring to do things, to get things done. Okay, what company? Like, we don't know if he's just lying. Like, dude, like, why not just be transparent of who you're working with?
Ceiling coming down on our children.
No, we do
So we
not.
have to get the drop ceiling racks re-leveled, and then we'll put the tiles back in. We're going to have a paint day probably next month or early January.
Okay, so my opinion is that paint day is so you don't have to use money for that. It's not like the money is in like a God, I'll be having brain freeze. Not a trust fund, but a oh God, it's not that the money is in a tip of my tongue. All right, so God, all right, so it's not like he pledged, like he divided the money up and said, okay, this part goes over here. You know, the budget for this is this. The budget is that for. It's not like he's doing that because I'm saying that paint job of school, man, that must be in the thousands. And by him having all this money, and he could do what he want with it. I mean, I believe he going. I believe that the way he got the money and the way he got the money, all he got to do is get the school up and running, and the rest is pocket. So this is why he's cutting corners. I believe the rest of the money he's gonna pocket. I believe all he feel like he gotta do is get the school up and running, and the rest of the money will be in his pocket. And he's gonna ask for donations to get something else done. That's what I believe. The rest of the money is in his pocket. I have like 300 grand in his pocket. All right.
We have about 10 classrooms that either need to be tiled or carpeted. We're going to probably do that after paint day, so no paint gets on the new carpet or the new tile. But
I know he didn't say I'm gonna get the contractors to do that. He said we.
at this point, we're largely at cosmetics. We're at the end. The biggest challenge right now, to be frank with you, is the runaround that we get from the city. So
It's always somebody else's fault. This guy, the city, the reason why school ain't up has not been up in 12 years. The city is playing us out.
for example, we have windows in the school, and
Now listen to the now this is his example of the city is playing games. Listen to this foolishness.
we took all the wooden boards off the windows.
Yo, this is gonna sound like lean on me, dude. Why would you take the wooden boards off the windows for one? Yeah, yeah. When somebody's bro, what's up with this guy? Hey, bro, if you are in the making of a home or a building and you're in the hood, you have to board up the windows. Everybody's gonna do that because the environment you're in. They like to throw rocks in windows. I did when I was young, so that's why people board up the windows so you don't do that. He said he unboarded the windows. Does he explain why?
At this point, we're largely at cosmetics. We're at the end. The biggest challenge right now, to be frank with you, is the runaround that we get from the city. So, for example, we have windows in the school, and we took all the wooden boards off the windows.
Listen to this.
And somebody sent a brick through one of the windows. So we board
Why did you take the wood off?
the runaround that we get from the city. So, for example, we have windows in the school, and we took all the wooden boards off the windows. And somebody
Why? Why did you do that?
sent a brick through one of the windows. So we boarded them back up, and we're about to get that window.
Yeah, this dude is in the hood. Low poverty, no, high poverty, low wealth, a lot of crime. He takes the wood off the windows. He never explains, and they send a brick through the window. Yes. And then he says he put the wood back up. Dummy. That's what happened. That's why you should never took the wood off the windows. What was your reason for doing that?
Window repaired. But I want to put bars on the window so nobody can send another brick through.
Brother, how about keep the wood on the windows and they can't send a break through? Why you need bars? This is some wild stuff, man. Brother, you just said you put the wood back up there. You're good. They can't break any more windows. The wood's back up there. Why would you want to put bars on windows, bro? This ain't prison. And this is the guy who talks about school to prison and pipeline. School to prison and pipeline. but he want to put gel bars on a window on a school. Yo, this is wild, man. Why? Just put the wood back on there. Gel bars.
But I want to put bars on the window so nobody can send another brick through.
All right, hold. Think about it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? That's what the wood is for. He just said he took the wood off. They threw a brick in the window. He put the wood back on. But you want bars now? No. Just how about just keep the wood there until the school is finished, right, and ready to go? How about that? I think it would make more sense to keep the wood on the windows so nobody can send a brick through it again. And that's allegedly, you know. Now all of a sudden they throwing bricks to windows because I mean it just this the conspiracy stuff is cringe worthy.
So I reached out to the fire department, and 2 or 3 times has not called me back. So I had the school's attorney reach out to the.
Yeah, because you probably left a message saying, "Hey man, I'm thinking about I got a school in making, and I'm thinking about putting bars on the windows, gel bars on the windows. I want you guys' opinion on that. You think it's a good? Man, those guys didn't respond because they don't believe you're building a school and you would do something like that. They don't believe you're building a school. One, because they're like, what's the point of it? You're calling a fire department. They're like, yo, we already got schools. We got enough. We don't need another school. So they don't believe you. And then you say you're gonna put bars on the window on the answer machine. They're like, nah, he's lying. It's a crazy guy.
Fire department 2 or 3 times. He hasn't been called back. So I'm not going to rush the judgment on that. But I'm sure if I was the complexion for protection,
Correct.
I would have already gotten an answer because.
Bro, if you were the protection for if you were the complexion for the protection, you would have already had the wood on the windows. And you wouldn't have took it off, and you certainly wouldn't have asked. You wouldn't have been asking, can you put gel bars on a school window, bro? So if a fire happens, they just gonna die. Like this is weird, man. Or Noah's flood happened, they can't get out, right? Joking.
Because you're holding me up on getting that window repaired, and I want the metal bar up there.
Yeah, see. So they're holding him up. Umar, how about don't put look? Let me save you some time so you won't be held up by the fire department. How about change that plan? How about don't put the metal bars in the window, just put the wood there and let's move on. How about this? Okay, Umar, they will agree to that. You don't got to ask them; they will agree. Okay, but now you want to put metal bars up for what?
Up on getting that window repaired, and I want the metal bar up there so nobody can break it again because those windows are rather expensive. They're about.
So why you just can't put the wood back on it, man? It's just wild.
8 feet wide, 8 feet tall. So we don't want any more. We don't want any more surprises. And then we have to get our final building inspection after we get the final fire inspection. Nothing that we shouldn't be able to pass. But again, when it comes to our ability to communicate.
Putting bars on the window costs money, and that's illegal. So he's going to waste your donation money to put bars in the window, just so the department, because they might even fine him for that. Just for them to say, hey, you got to take those off now. Like lean on me, take the chains off. So you just wasted money. Whatever.
Effectively with different departments in the city, they're often missing in action when we need them. And if I would say, I would probably argue that part of the reason for that evasive behavior is due to the fact they never thought we would finish up. They didn't think we would get the job done. And now that they're missing in action when we need them. Different departments in the city, they're often missing in action when we need them. And if I would say, I would.
Why do you need them? They like, call us when you're done. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, the inspectors come when you're done, when you want it to be inspected. Like, when you're finished and you're ready for inspection. They saying, call us. Dude, stop calling us, man. Leave us alone. Call us when you want us to inspect only. Like, I've been in this business. I've been there. I met inspectors at the home. I walked down there with them and explained some stuff to them. They don't care about nothing else. They just want to know, are you ready? If you're not ready, we're going home. And you got to schedule another appointment for us to come inspect. But we're here. Let's get it going. That's it. There's nothing to talk about. Like, yo, just call us when you're ready, man. What the hell wrong with you? Look, here are the codes. Here what you got to do. Here what you can't do. Call us when you're done.
Probably argue that part of the reason for that evasive behavior is due to the fact they never thought we would finish up. They didn't think we would get the job done. And now that the job is done and we need them last 2 stamps.
Bro, nobody even knows you're building a school, man. Like, they're just think about that. He's building an unnecessary school. This is his. It's like the museum for Turkey and Sheep. That was totally unnecessary. And why is it unnecessary? Because nobody was asking for it. Nobody was asking for an all-black boys school. Nobody was asking for a museum. Okay. But this is something you got. This is something. It's a feat for you. This is something you wanted to do. Nobody was asking for this. Parents was asking for maybe better teachers, maybe better curriculums, maybe updated books, computers, that type of stuff. Nobody was arguing. We need our own school. Yeah, we need a museum. Like that's nobody arguing. We need, man. I just thought about what we need. What? Yo, we need a museum. Man, if you don't put those perks down, bro, you don't put that K2 down, bro, you really tripping right now. Yo, no, we gotta stop boomer in school. We gotta stop.
People ain't calling us back. People not showing up.
If anybody wants him to fail, believe me, if there's anybody who wants him to fail, they want him to open up the school. You can't fail if it never opens. Hey, yo, they want him to open the school up so he can fail. They want him to get students in there so they can crack down and lock himself up.
But I'm gonna be patient with it. But push comes to shove, I might have to go to the mayor's office, and put some fire under those folks. And if he don't put no fire under them folks, then we might have to have a protest. I might have to bring the whole African diaspora to Wilmington, Delaware, to let them know that you're not going to do us like that.
So to like thoroughly sell this lie about the inspectors and fire department or procrastinating on purpose because they don't want this black school to open up. To sell it more, hey, yeah, man, we're gonna do a protest, man. I mean, yo, we're that silly. We'll do a protest. I guess that's true. They're trying to stop the school from opening. This is real. They're against us. This whole day thing. They're against us.
Kemet wasn't built in a day, doctor, so we know.
Yo, I can't hear. Hold on.
This work, Kemet wasn't built in a day, doctor, so we know this work that you're doing is going to.
Don't give them excuses. Kemet wasn't built in a day. Well, why are we going back to ancient Egypt?
Change a whole entire generation.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe the generation thereafter.
Yes, ma'am.
And because Kemet wasn't built in a day, and there was so many hands on deck, there were so many minds on deck, why do you believe?
You think it took 12 years? Shit, you think it took 12 years for some basic stuff? You can compare us to Kemet? Are you serious?
Believe that we're not seeing the support for this movement. There's so much celebration about the paper schools, the charter school that Brother LeBron started. There's another charter here in New York City that Puffy is the face for. But this is something far more powerful.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are we not seeing the support?
Well, I would argue that we do have the support. We don't have the support from our celebrity class.
Correct. That's what I meant.
But we do have the support on the.
Bro, you don't need the support for the celebrity class, bro. You have the money. Why do we do it? Not we. Why do they, now I'm gonna say they, because I'm talking about black colleges. Why do they need LeBron James and Puffy on board to get something done? Why King Von and Resurrect from the Dead? Why do we need Tupac? Why do we need rappers and entertainers and basketball players? Why do we need them to get something done that we can get done? Bro, you got the money. You think somebody gonna give you money when they see that the other investors, donors, don't even have what you promised them? It's 12 years later, but you stop it. God damn, now he's the victim.
The celebrity side, because I know many of them.
Yes.
I think the reason why we've never gotten a donation from a celebrity is twofold. Number one,
I'll tell you why. Because celebrities, they're rich and they have money and they got advisors, okay? They got people who protect their money. They pay them to protect their money. And they said, bro, don't you dare get that dude some money. Why? He doing a great thing. He's not, bro. If he was serious about his school, he'd be doing this. He'd be doing that. Won't you call him and ask him yourself, why isn't he doing this and this and this with the money? Why? You call him and ask him. Come on, man.
they're very
Watch
concerned
this.
about how it would look if they were seen with Dr. Umar Ifatunde. So on, you have that fear factor that I don't want to lose my relationship or access to the.
So she says this is also why a bad interview is going to always be when you are a fan of the person you interview. I mean, especially yeah, if you I mean, it could be good interviews if you're a fan, but you won't get legit answers. Okay, to tough questions like this guy.
The white power structure. I think that's one half of it. I think the other half of it is ego. When our celebrities put their money behind different causes, they like to brag about it. They want to be glorified for doing it. They can't do that with me because white folks are not going to be happy about them helping me in the first place.
So now he just knows how everybody thinks. He told this dude right here. He called him. He told Sean Bigger, that Sean Bigger called him Umar the devil because and he's going to tell him why, and he disagreed. That's not why I said that, brother. So now he knows how white folks thinks now. Like he telling you, he's the smartest in every room that he's ever been in.
They can't do that with me because white folks are not going to be happy about them helping me in the first place. So if you help Dr. Umar, you have to do that very conspicuously. You see.
Okay, so now he just said the celebrities like to brag. That's a lie. Yo, how many celebrities that's like controversial that they and when they do great work, they always say, man, every last one of them say they purposely didn't put it in the public. That's the actual celebrities. They'll say, I purposely didn't want to put it in the public. You say because things like that, should just be done. I ain't got to brag about it. So, but this guy, he's the smartest guy in the room. He could tell you how white folks think. He could tell you how the celebrities think. Look at this.
Them helping me in the first place. So if you help Dr. Umar, you have folks are not going to be happy, going to be glorified, put their money behind different causes. They like to brag about it. They want to be glorified.
So I mean, he has the answer to all the problems. Celebrities like to brag about things like a school. But this dude is wild, man. This dude is wild. The celebrities normally don't talk about the good things they do. They feel like they don't. They feel the opposite. They feel like they brag about it. Then you're gonna think it was a genuine.
Very conspicuously, you see. And they don't want to do that. They want to put up the big check sign all over TV, all over the internet. See,
you hear this guy? Yeah, I'm telling you, this guy is a piece of trash. Now he's saying all of them are under that. They all want to get the credit for donating here. Hey, dude, we don't never hear about these charitable works from these celebrities. What are you talking about? We'd be shocked that they actually did something. That's how much we don't hear about it.
CNN, you can't do that with me because I'm not popular with Caucasians, nor are they popular with me. And so for those two reasons, the fact they can't brag about any help
Oh my.
and the fact that they could be some pushback
This guy got
for
all
them
the
helping me. They just stay away. But I'm not concerned about that though. And the reason why I'm not concerned about that, as a student of our history, especially our revolutionary movements, most of our movements was built with the pennies and dollars of grassroots black folks. We were not financed by rich celebrities. There was always a Harry Belafonte here and a Dick Gregory here. But by and large, 99% of our grassroots organizations, I'm not concerned about that though. And the reason why I'm not concerned about that, as a student of our history, especially our revolutionary movements, most of our movements was built with the pennies and dollars of grassroots black folks. We were not financed by rich celebrities. There was always a Harry Belafonte here and a Dick Gregory here. But by and large, 99% of our grassroots organizations were built by the pennies of the brothers and sisters on the ground.
Absolutely.
So we don't come from a movement where the rich people financed it. We've never had that anyway. You know, the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy was built with the pennies and
done with that. This is a bunch of excuses. Wait, go ahead.
quarters of African people all across the diaspora. And to be honest with you, I think spiritually speaking, it was meant to be that way. Because if a celebrity did come in with a big check, I'm sure they would expect me to tone down this message, tone down.
Now that part you're right about, dude. You're on the internet wilding. You're on the internet threatening people. You're on the internet doing all type of crazy stuff, bro. Yes, they gonna want you to be a professional. Like, yo, dude, stop being sloppy, man. Like, I got my money and name behind this, bro. Come on, man. Don't make me be a fool. Don't make me to be out a fool. So yeah. Like, why would you not think? Why would you not think that?
On this message, co-sign this message. I'm not going to do that. I live my life as a free black man, and I didn't wait to get into my 40s to start compromising because the person who wants to subsidize me
So why would you eat? I mean, that's across the board. Like, if I had a celebrity sponsor Unbiased Sports Talk radio, I'm sure they're gonna be like, yo, do me a favor, do not go online live with that holy water. Don't do that. They're gonna say, hey man, go this hour right here. I mean, you can go when you want to go, but definitely go this hour because this is when you got the most traffic. Like, yeah, like they're gonna, because they're putting their money up. They're an investor. They're a sponsor. So yeah, they're gonna have some say. That's for anything. So you expect people to send you money and just disappear?
happens to be a political coward. I'm never going to play that game. I'm always going to be me. So if you're going to donate, donate, but it's not coming with any stipulations. That's exactly why we're not chartered. That's exactly why we're not.
Yeah, this guy. So basically, I want to be Django Unchained. I don't want to be regulated. I don't want to be told anything. I just want to do what I feel like is best. I don't want to. I don't want to answer to anybody. And you guys are listening to the red flags of a pseudo. And when we say pseudo, that word is like, it's derogatory. It's like somebody who ain't genuine, a liar, somebody who's known a cat. So, but normally pseudos go to that realm where they don't want to be regulated. They don't want to be regulated and they don't want to be held accountable. This guy said, yo, listen, I don't want to be regulated. I don't want to be held accountable. I want to just do what I feel is best. He wants to be a sovereign citizen.
Public.
Sovereign blackologist.
Thank you for that. That is where that says so much because I think
let's move on.
And that's anonymous. That's
the problem. Keep saying
that's
religion.
The problem with
that's why
people.
I asked you.
Fitting our people's liberation struggle.
Do you know what I do?
Tell me. I just asked.
I got Dr. Umar sitting here right now trying to help and
okay.
Give
so let's leave the religion alone because
right?
I think we can agree that
I would never leave God out the equation.
I didn't say God. God and religion are not synonymous. That's the
you
problem.
keep saying
that's
religion.
The problem with your religion.
So dude made a good point. Umar keep confusing him because he thinks Umar is defining religion and like the how society defines religion right now, like church members, following, leader, pastor, pulpit, that's like the common perception on religion. So, but then Umar will say, "No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something totally different." And he'll say, "Well, what are you talking about?" So when you say religion, what are you talking about? Like, so Umar don't want to be clear on when he says religion, what is he talking about?
Leave God out the equation.
I didn't say God. God and religion are not synonymous. That's the
You
problem.
keep saying
That's
religion.
the problem with your
That's
religious
why
people.
I asked you what
God
does
and religion are not
mean.
synonymous.
That's why I asked you what does religion mean to you.
Religion is a system of exploitation.
And I
That's messed up because earlier the guy was saying religion in a different sense, like God, the prophets. That's how he was using religion. So now Dr. Umar finally, so he had him agreeing with religion until he just get the definition of religion. He like, what?
why I asked you what does religion mean to
Religion
you.
is a system of exploitation.
And I have nothing to do with that.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No,
You
I
use
don't.
that Bible.
But that's your.
You see? So, oh my God. So now a system of exploitation.
And that's why I asked you what does religion mean to
Religion
you.
is a system of exploitation.
And I have nothing to do with that.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I
You
don't.
use that Bible.
But that's your.
You use that Bible.
Got you. That's good. So the scriptures is not real to you.
What do you mean by real?
Real. You said I used the Bible, so explain to me.
What is your definition of real? When you say the scriptures are real,
what's wrong with me using the Bible?
Okay, now you see, now Umar want clarity on words, but he wouldn't get his brother clarity at all for like a good 40 minutes of what religion means until he was like forced to. But now he wants to know right away. He wants clarity right away.
No, stick to that.
Ain't no solutions in it for African people. Not a single solution.
That's not
Ain't
even,
no solutions in that.
So the Bible's just we shouldn't even have the Bible then.
Well, if you want to
study the Bible, I shouldn't teach my kids the Bible.
I would ask for what purpose. You're teaching them the Bible for what purpose?
Got you.
Let me give you an example.
No.
I study the Bible
Move on to the next
because when I talk to Christians, I want to be able to relate to their belief system.
Why do they say they study the Bible? I'm telling you, man, that's another red flag. Now he studies the Bible. Okay, a guy who thinks the Bible is trash and there's no salvation there, like, but he's a guy who studies the Bible. Like, dude, are we gonna take your studies serious? You'll probably come up with the same conclusions One West came up with, or worse. You be mixed. Elijah Muhammad mixed with One West. Like, nobody gonna buy your exegesis of the Bible. Nobody would do that.
No. Oh no, I didn't. You didn't answer my question. How are our children benefited from studying the Bible? What does that got to do with solid income?
Understand right from wrong.
You can understand right from wrong.
No.
There's hundreds of religions in the world that teach you right from wrong.
They understand the history of what have taken.
This psychotic narcissist can't let the guy even answer the question. He jumps in right away. And look how he looking now. Look at his posture. He gonna jump in again.
Placed on this earth. They understand
the Bible
that there
is not.
Wait, if you ask me a question,
understanding of what.
He asked a question and don't want the answer. Yo, Dr. Umar, that dude is hilarious, bro. He had bigger snapping. Wait, you asked me a question. Let me answer it. All right, listen to the
world. Wrong. You benefited from studying the Bible. What does that got to do with solid income?
Understand right from wrong.
You can understand right from wrong.
No.
There's hundreds of religions in the world that teach you right from wrong.
They understand the history of what have taken place on this earth. They understand
the Bible is not.
Wait, if you ask me a question,
understanding of
they
what
understand there is.
This guy is still. Yeah, I got a friend, and the more he talks, he reminds me of my friend now. Oh my God, my friend is wild. Just like this guy. Don't listen for big head, just like this guy. Pause. Listen to this fool. He will not shut up.
An invisible enemy that is their real enemy. They understand when they hear people that come and speak about things that are in the flesh that is not real, that they focus on their real enemy.
You are a religious extremist.
And to bring their self in accord with God.
This is why Brother Malcolm X said, when we come together to organize, we should leave religion out of it. It doesn't help us organize. Would you agree with that?
No.
You don't agree with that?
How well did he get?
So you think we can organize black folks?
No other way.
How well did he what?
There is no other way.
So we got to go through religion. That's the problem.
You're saying religion.
That's the problem.
I don't believe.
Now you see, and he said, "Well, we got to go to religion. Don't forget, it's a system of exploitation." But he's using it in the sense of how the world uses it: God, prophets, salvation, teach. So he's like back. He keeps saying religion, but he's using it in its correct sense. But when pressed on it, he'll apply his own personal definition. This is weird.
What you just described as religion, I have nothing to do with.
You're moving the goalposts, brother.
No.
Leave religion out the solution. It's not a solution.
I would never do that. God is the solution.
Narrow-minded people like
Christ
you
is the solution.
will always prevent us from.
Yo, that was a personal attack.
Solving
is the
our
solution.
problems. You believe Christ is your solution, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that.
And I don't have a problem with whatever solution you might.
I don't have a problem with you believing Christ as your solution.
But just understand.
But you can't force me to believe what you believe.
When did I try to do that?
You said something earlier that was absolutely ridiculous. You said they need to put religion back in the schools.
Yeah.
Are you out of your mind? If they brought religion back into the schools, there would be wars. Do you know why? Because not everybody believes in Christ. That's why religion ain't in the school. I don't support religion in the school. I don't support religion in the school. You got Christians, you got Muslims, you got Hebrews.
Who's your greatest teacher?
You got Seventh-day Adventists.
Dr. Umar, stop. Who's your greatest teacher?
My ancestors.
But in your life, not the ones that you don't know, who directly taught you was the most significant in your life?
My elders, my teachers, my parents.
Your
my
parents,
ancestors.
like your grandmother, your parents.
I learned from everybody.
Did they teach you about Jesus Christ?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, so they believed in Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Can we move on? Stop. I don't want to talk about this no more. Move on. Next question. Next question. Next question, bro. Next question.
Can I ask a question? How much of that do you...
All right, so this is very disrespectful. I'm trying to find a part where he. All right, let's go ahead.
You feel has an effect on you as an individual? Those teachings that came from your grandparents, your mother, your father, in terms of how you interact with others, how you feel about life, how you feel.
Well, good question. But because I'm a Pan-Africanist, I believe in freedom of religion.
So let's stay there. I don't want to. I'm not taking anybody's side.
No. I'm not saying you are.
There's a broader perspective that I.
Right, but I'm answering you, and I'm answering you by saying, because I came into Black consciousness at 9 years old in the 4th grade. I've been a Pan-Africanist since that time. You feel me? That's very early in life. So from the beginning, I never held religion against anyone, and I never forced it. You see what I'm saying? So my issue, for example, many of my Pan-Africanist forefathers were Christian preachers. Henry Highland Garnett, Alexander Crummell, Bishop Henry McNeil Turner, Marcus Garvey was a Christian. You understand that? I'm a descendant of Christian pastors. You understand? So I speak in churches all the time. My issue isn't Christianity, it's the way that it's used. And the reason why religion is not a unifying force is because religion is a very arrogant, presumptive, dictatorial, and chauvinist approach to building a relationship with God that alienates people. Religion alienates. And do you know why religion alienates? Because everybody thinks their way is the only way. It is not comprehensive. It is not open-ended. Christians believe their way is the only way. Muslims believe their way is the only way. Hebrews believe their way is the only way. You can't unify.
Dr. Umar believes his way is the only way.
People like that because Africans are so spiritually diverse. We belong to every system. So you can't show up with a Bible and say this is the way it's going to be. You can't show up with a Quran and say this is the way it's going to be. The reason why the Honorable Marcus Garvey was the greatest organizer in modern history, although he was a Christian, his organization was not Christian. It was based on African culture, African consciousness, African religion.
And it failed.
No, it did not fail.
It did.
It did not fail. What do you mean?
It failed.
Marcus Garvey gave the blueprint for the independence of the African continent. He liberated an entire continent ideologically. Now, what has your religion done?
It failed.
What has your religion done comparable to that?
It failed.
What has your religion done comparable to that? And do you hear it failed? Do you see this? So you get that religious chauvinism, elitism. That's what you got. It failed. He pushing the Bible, but Garvey failed. Give me a break. You've done nothing for the African community. Nothing.
Burns, she wants to take a break. She wants to pause. Let's pause.
No, I don't want to pause. I want them to pause.
I want to go in another direction. I broke my rules. I don't
listen to his rules.
Discuss religion. Do you feel me? Because of these narrow-minded views that religious black people have.
No, you are very disrespectful when it comes to religion.
It's not a tool of unity. It's only a tool of division. But the point that I was making is the reason Garvey was the most successful is he's the only one who had the wisdom to say that religion will divide us more than bring us together. And he was a devout Christian. But he knew the religious immaturity of black people would separate us.
Like your grandparents?
So Garvey kept the UNIA ACL focused on African culture, African consciousness, African liberation.
Think about what you're saying now.
He wants a religious movement. Everybody don't need to follow the Bible. Everybody don't have to follow the Bible. Christianity is only 2,000 years old. Do you know how old we are? African people, modern Africans, been on the planet 250,000 years old. We've been dealing.
Say that again.
Christianity. Been on the planet we are. African people, modern Africans, been on the planet 250,000 years old. African people, modern Africans, been on the
modern African
planet 250,000 years old. We've been dealing with God for 250,000 years old, and this man wants me to throw out my spiritual heritage and culture and reduce my association with the Most High. My spiritual 1,000,000 years old. We've been dealing with God for 250,000 years old. And
okay, well, we've been also reading the Bible for close to 400 years. And I mean,
and this man wants me to throw out my spiritual heritage and
okay, same way. Well, same way.
Culture and reduce my association with the Most High to a book that he reads that's only 2,000 years old. And it's not even that, because after the so-called crucifixion of Jesus, who we can't even prove existed,
the scriptures are way more
who we can't even prove existed, the Bible wasn't written down for what, 100, 200 years after Christ? So the religion might be 2,000 years old. The Bible might have been with us for what, 1,800 years old? Do you know how ridiculous it would be for people with 250,000 years of spiritual culture to throw it out?
This dude is wild.
Out to pick up a 2,000-year-old book. That's insanity.
All right, copy. What version, so we can move on. What?
And you got over 200 or 300 different versions of the Bible. None of them agree on anything.
I agree.
The whole life of
But he studies the Bible. He's making these crazy claims.
Jesus is reduced to 4 Gospels. They know nothing of Jesus from the time he went into Kemet, spiritual center of African people, where he was taught, studied, and groomed into African spirituality.
That's not why he went to it. Huh? Let me just not fly. What? So, people are looking for Jesus. Where is he as born as King of the Jews? Okay, watch this. Verse 4. And when he had heard all the verse 3. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. Right? Okay. Look at this. Verse 7. Then Herod, when he had privily called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, go and search diligently for the young child, And when you have found him, bring me word again that I might come and worship him. But we all know that he wanted to kill them. Well, biblical people. So look, blah, blah, blah. Watch this. Watch this, verse 13. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise and take the young child and his mother. It doesn't say Joseph, take your son and his mother. Joseph, take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be there until I bring thee word. For Herod, why they go to Egypt? For Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. Okay, now watch this. Verse 14. When he arose from the deep sleep, he took the young child and his mother by night and departed into Egypt, and was there until the death of Herod, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, out of Egypt have I called my son. So that's why he went there. It's to hide from Herod. He was trying to kill Jesus, baby Jesus. You know, where did he read he went to Egypt to learn the ways and walks of the Pharaoh?
Where was Christ? Where he went into Kemet, spiritual center. Know nothing of Jesus from the time he went into Kemet, spiritual center of African people, where he was taught, studied, and groomed into African spirituality. Where was Christ from 7 to 30? Where was he at?
Where do you read that?
Studying traditional African.
And why you say 7? He when he was 12 years old, he was in the synagogues teaching the Jews
Spirituality of our ancestors. That's where Jesus was. Everything in his Bible was stolen, borrowed, and plagiarized from traditional African spirituality. Why do I?
That's a huge claim. You got to support, bro. The fact you said everything in the Bible. Wow.
Need a carbon copy bootleg religion when my ancestors left me the original.
I think that there's a lot of passion that you're both bringing into the conversation from your perspective and from Bigger's perspective. I'm going to offer you my perspective of what I'm looking at from the outside looking in. Bringing in, I've always singles that's into single chapter.
But if that's a point you're making, then that's highlighting another contradiction. Because all religions are dictatorial and narrow-minded. They don't respect views of other people. None of them do.
So this guy is speaking of himself. You're narrow-minded. You don't respect. What?
Every religion is dictatorial and narrow-minded. They don't respect views of other people. None of them do. Every religion teaches my way is the only way. So when you say every religion,
that's what you teach,
believes in that, they may profess it, they don't practice that.
Every religion might profess.
Yeah, they profess, they don't practice that. Religions are not tolerant of beliefs that are not consistent with their own. They're not.
So there isn't an interaction that you would have with a person that's, let's say, a Muslim or regardless of what it is that they're practicing, where they address you in a respectful manner?
Yes, but you can be respectful because both of y'all are human beings. It ain't got nothing to do with the fact that he belongs to this religion and that belongs to.
A lot of those
more people have died in the name of Jesus and Muhammad than any other cause in the history of mankind. Are you aware of that? Let me say that one more time. More people have been killed over Jesus and Muhammad than every other cause of death in human history. How in the hell can religion be a unifying factor?
I feel like when people cannot separate one emotion behind another, that's what it's conflict. I'm
coming from another way. You know where I'm coming from? I'm coming from black people are older than Jesus, older than Abraham, older than Noah, older than Muhammad, older than Moses. We're older than all of that. So why we even got to unify through religion, which a lot of us don't believe in because we got our own spiritual system. Why are we using religion? Use culture. Use culture. We're the oldest people in the world. We have a 250,000-year-old culture or older? Why are we unifying through something that has only brought division to the world? Christianity has only brought division to the world. Islam has only brought division to the world. They have killed, they have conquered, and they have covered up. Why are we using that? We have culture. We have ways of dealing with each other and dealing with God that far predate this 2,000-year-old
I want to end
infant
this
religion.
and move on to the next thing.
Why are we
because
dealing
we
with
keep
religion
saying,
for?
no Christian would
You
kill.
brought it up.
No Christian would kill.
He said no Christian would kill.
No, Christians don't kill. So.
Have you ever heard of the Crusades? Christians don't
Those are
kill.
not-
Yeah, look at this crazy dude, yo. Yeah, he was really perked up, man. That's my opinion. I don't have facts to support that, but something is off.
You brought it up.
No Christian would kill.
He said no Christian would kill.
No, Christians don't kill. So.
Have you ever heard of the Crusades? Christians don't kill. What is he talking
Christians,
about?
man. Those are not Christians.
What is he talking about?
Those are not Christians. Yeah,
Christians don't
and
kill.
People like him use it.
Christians don't kill.
Can you please stop? My son is asking me a question. I want to explain it to him now.
Yeah, but you said a blatant lie, brother.
But you should have blatant lie. Yo, this dude is a nut. I want to talk to my son. Yeah, but you said blatant lie, brother. I got to correct you in front of your son. Yeah, this is yeah. I can see if you said a blatant lie about Dr. Umar. Oh my God, yo, this dude was on one. Yo, he said, you heard about the crusade? And yo, he didn't even listen to what he's saying. So Umar, you had your own definition on religion. He got his own definition on Christians. Why don't you ask him what is a Christian? So he's going by the church definition of a Christian, right? Those who follow Jesus and blah 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 blah. He's not going off a Christian as somebody who said they are, but really not. They just are wolves in sheep clothing. Maybe like kill people and hang people. He's like, yeah, he's saying those are not Christians. Just like some Muslims would say, the people who bomb people, all that stuff, they'll say those are not Muslims. Or ones who sell cigarettes, they're like, nah. You know what I mean? The same way we say you're not black for certain behavior. Why he can't do that with Christians? He said, nah, certain behavior, they're not Christian. Damn, bro.
Stop. Christians don't lie. You just lied. You just lied.
Pause this for a second.
Yeah, I would love to hear the rest after he said pause it for a second, because it's like he wants to fight.
Those are not Christians.
What is he talking about?
Those are not Christians.
What is he talking about? Heard of the crusade?
Yo, this dude is a big kid, bro. He just said religion is narrow-minded. They don't allow other views. Dude, you're just spitting information. You're not allowing other views. You challenge everything right away.
And no Christian would kill.
No, Christians don't kill. So.
Have you ever heard of the Crusades? Christians don't kill. What is he talking about?
Man. Those are not Christians.
What is he talking about?
Those are not Christians. Yeah,
Christians don't kill.
People like him use it.
Christians don't kill.
Can you please stop? My son is asking me a question. I want to explain it to him now.
Yeah, but you said a blatant lie, brother. Stop. Christians don't lie. You just lied.
That was disrespectful. You said a blatant lie. Christians don't lie. You just lied.